afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on the deadly road to Kharkov. Here between Paul fighting for the Soviet Union for the glory of the socialist peoples, fighting here for the 10th Tank Corps, charged with dealing here with the fascists under the command of Luvnest, fighting here for the Reich, for the Wehrmacht, for the Kampfgruppe von Sauken. And we've got here tank hunter tactics, armored assault and shock rifle infantry bullets there versus lightning war mobile defense and close air support with all infantry except for the single MG42 bullets in there. We got conscripts there on the way for Paul, whereas Luvnest is going for the Grenadier. The proud German soldier. We got the Russians here heading straight for the fuel and the munitions, interestingly enough here. Not actually directly for the fuel, still moving towards it. Could be here that Paul is aiming for some early mines or something else that requires a lot of munitions. And there's certainly some possibilities there, in which case, I mean, tank hunter tactics, which is a very munitions-intensive doctrine, would certainly be one indicator there, or sort of a possibility there. I mean, shock rifle a bit with incendiary artillery, but as armoured assault, perhaps not quite as much, at least not initially. Points have been grabbed. We've got two engineers as well now from Paul. Could indicate he's sort of just hoping to grab even more territory. He's planning an early building, special rifle command, or mech or support armor company. But there you go. It is special rifle command there. Point naming secured fuel. Russians so far making good progress here. Wehrmacht still advancing. Got a third grenadier squad there for Luvnest. Counters holding up the building there. Grenadiers quickly fall back as I see the windows being popped. Scheiße, Dietrich! That's vandalism! That's illegal! So is communism, Dieter, here on the Eastern Front. At least in the German army, so shut up and shoot them. Grenadiers are moving ahead. Conscripts falling slightly back there as the Grenadiers side in on them there with their rifles. Conscripts out in the open. That's if not, there we go. Yuri already paid the price there of standing out in the open. Big fat bullet to the head. Munitions there being secured. Engineers slowly advancing. There we go. We got an M3A1 already on the way for Paul. A rapid move there for the tank corps. And though they were actually mostly composed actually of tank corps in that regard, you know, it was very much what the label said. Very heavy on tanks, very little otherwise other elements. In fact, there's very little infantry, very little otherwise support elements. They were very heavy in tanks. So, little fun fact, they were sort of the mechanized mechanized corps that was sort of close to a sort of more balanced combined arms unit for the Russians. So, there you go. Grenadiers sneaking, Counter quick rushing into the building. Grenadiers though making in first there. And there you go, Counter a bit of fire here. A few shots up close, making into the building nearby. Much engagement here, engineers versus Grenadier. Got pioneers bringing up the west there. You got an MG40 arriving as well for Luvnest. And there we go, M3A1 ready. Engineers popping in, by the looks of it, for the flamethrower on the way. There we go. Hoorah! And beep beep. There you go, hunting down the pioneers here with the 50-cal machine gun mounted on the front. And it is also falling a bit back here. The M3A1 is certainly a potent foe with a flamethrower in it. And there we go. Flamethrower car, though. One, of course, has to wonder about the safety of using a flamethrower in an open-top vehicle. I think it's one of those cases where, you know, there needs to be a sort of, you know, little piece of text warning, don't do this at home. Then again, most people don't have a flamethrower at home, thankfully. Second MG4 to the line from Luvnest. We're going for a heavier tier 1 with 3 Grenadiers, 2 MG42s, which is also quite common in Cup Tier 1 for some players. Allows you to sort of be aggressive. Defense, it sort of gives you a nice amount of flexibility. Of course, it does get a bit of a heavier tier 1 there, but not too heavy either. M3A1 there, neatly knocked out here by the MG42 Panzerfaust combo, leaving it nothing but a smouldering wreck. Just like the American dream, yeah. Anyways, Grenadiers versus Engineers up north. Grenadiers versus Conscripts. Russia is taking some minor losses here from the counter in case that they do inflict severe damage enough to cause Heinz to collapse over. Grenadiers continuing up, Engineers are living force back by the Grenadiers there. Luvnest continues forwards, and we got a sniper here on the way now for Paul, a sniper. Plus, of course, we've got tank hunter tactics here. The second engineer, by the way, could consider actually going for the salvage kit. They could also focus on now to sort of quickly salvage the M3A1, but also any other further vehicles and armour that Luvnest, of course, and himself might call in and lose, in which case, of course, that way Paul can actually build up a lot more resources. I mean, it's actually a quite handy upgrade. It is a bit expensive munitions, but it will generally pay itself off very quickly if there's any sort of armoured fighting, since it does give you both manpower and fuel. which rather makes it quite handy, I would argue. But sniper almost down there. We've got take up there for Luvnest. I mean, with the tier he's currently got under sort of pressure he's delivering versus Paul, he could consider just skipping tier 2 and going straight through tier 3. Of course, he might just hang around there in tier 2, maybe get a half tech, some infantry out that way and sort of pressure up a bit more steadily versus Paul. But, you know, the options are the options there, of course, for Paul. He's definitely relying on his special life command a bit. He could throw in a penal potential to enable some extra flamethrowers there versus Luvnest. Another M3A1 or another sniper could, of course, try as quickly as possible. You know, go for some armor, though, of course, with the fuel harassment here. I mean, that's probably not going to happen right away. Further fighting here, Pioneers with the mine speed, but not exactly the best resistance here versus the Russians. They get flanked here by the Grenadiers. Meanwhile, MG4 2 the conscripts there, and the fuel point there will soon be Deutschland's. But there you go, take up done, take up done. Second MG4 troop remaining in position. He could transfer a bit further forwards versus Paul's lines. And wipe down the engineers. That's going to hurt Paul. That is going to hurt Paul. Snipers have yet to sort of kill a single soul. But there we go. Grenadiers low on health. Grenadiers are very low on health and numbers. And there you go, down to poor Jürgen. Barely escapes there. Avoiding a wipe. That was a bit risky there by Luvnest, but he seems to have sort of decided that it was worth it. Further losses to the sniper there, 3 kills already. Munitions being taken. MG4 being dispatched there to deal with that. No greater threats there, and we got the Lucky Meganist company being laid down here by Luvnest, so he's not planning on a sort of quick tier 3 rush here in service of Deutschland. That comes up here against the Grenadier. Taking some losses there.
Combat engineers can now equip salvage kits.
And combat engineers can now get salvage kits here for Paul. Of course, question is, will he actually take advantage of them, or will he just ignore them like so many other players do? But again, they can be worth it. They can very much be worth it. Paul at the same time aiming for a second sniper, so it's really home to get off a serious manpower bleed there versus Luvnest with 2 snipers. That is definitely a bit of intent there towards attrition, to put it mildly. At the same time, we got a 250 half-track here arriving for Luvnest and the Kampfgruppe.
Half-track has arrived.
And there you go, in this case in Panzergrau, or Dunkelgrau. Technically, though, it was released in 1944-45, basically discontinued in 1943, replaced with Dunkelgelb, and later on in 1944, Dunkelgrün. Though, of course, that's not to say some vehicles couldn't have had it, but, you know, those would have been other units in sort of a retraining unit, so somehow that managed to survive for quite some time there, but generally not that common. In fact, really shouldn't be there, but there you go. Either way, it's there, the Mittelschützenpanzerwagen, a valuable part of any Panzer Division's 1st Panzer Grenadier Battalion, or for that matter, any Panzer Brigade, which were generally also heavily equipped with half-tracks. But generally, in most Panzer Divisions, only 1 battalion out of the 4, or in the case of an SS Panzer Division, 6 Panzer Grenadier battalions would have had armoured half-tracks. Exceptions would have been more elite Panzer Divisions, or in some cases even Panzer Grenadier Divisions, which were even rare to have half-tracks. But again, those were rare. But, you know, fun facts about the 251. Taking a bit of damage for the PTRSs. Further pushing up here, Pioneers with much in here for the MG42. So far, nothing further than the half-track, which does, of course, allow here Luvnest to reinforce troops at the front line. Certainly gives it a bit more sort of power and a bit more staying ability, plus, of course, allows it to push a bit more aggressively. And as after getting the half-track, he's actually taking onwards here, so he's just getting the half-track, seems sort of make him hard to be pushed back. He'll have to maintain map control better, of course, reinforce. And then it goes straight for the next tier. Good, good. We're seeing no sort of real take up here further from Paul, of course. He has gone for tank hunter, so he won't be completely caught off guard there with an armoured rush. We can lay down mines, anti-tank grenade assault, plus also got access there to the PTRS. The semi-automatic anti-tank rifle of the Soviets. There's also a bolt action, which actually was a bit more powerful. Due to the fact, you know, when it comes to sort of bolt and semi-automatic, the difference is semi-automatics draw off a bit of power from the gases to sort of load in the next bullet, which generally actually makes semi-automatic slightly less powerful than bolt action weapons. Little fun fact, there they go, conscripts and engineers there versus the Grenadiers. Quick rifle grenade here, and we see that Paul in this case realises the danger and swiftly manoeuvres out of harm's way. Grenadiers there with track support. Country's moving ahead. We got some MG42 setting up here. Nice positioning, by the way. Nice positioning. So definitely allowing Luvnest to sort of dominate that area. At the same time, we've got Country's holding up there. MG42 they're covering up from any movement from the north. Sniper creeping in as well.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
Incendiary round script utilized here by the MG42, but no sign of that. No sign of that. Luvnest is slightly falling back, feeling threatened here by Paul's increasingly more aggressive advantage. There we go. MG42 they're getting sniped. The two snipers only probably can't be enforced just top plus. The PTS are doing damage to the 251, forcing it back as well. So right here Luvnest could find himself forced to pull back. The 251's all being pushed back. We got no tech up there for him though. Could it be he's actually playing for the 4th tier? That would certainly be very bold there for Luvnest, and might require a slightly heavier tier 2 then than 1 half track. We got another. Cancel the M3A1. What is next here then is that Paul could be taking up himself at the same time before taking up the engineers. By the way, we got a nice telemine here, preparing for sort of any vehicle rushes with the sort of tier 3 rush himself is playing at. That is good. That is good. I mean, usually if you guys don't go to for tier 3, not getting impact 40s, a few telemines in the right places can do a lot to ensure you won't, for example, get completely caught off guard. You've got telemines there as well. In fact, it sort of helps screen the MG42 there is any sort of vehicle rushes. That's quite nice. I'm not seeing any telemines here on the right hand side of the map. Still, some telemines are better than none. Because they're getting pinned to the ground there by the MD42 crew. And we got the Spalmer core up. Half track there is in dire need of repairs there. Sniper doing what they can there to clear out the MD42. Oh no! Scheiße, Luvnest. There we go. Somehow managed to get away from that. Bit of luck there for Luvnest, bit of luck, otherwise we could easily hand it over an MG42 there to come and that's Stalin.
We have an isolated sector.
Of course, question is what will Luvnest go there from the Suprema Corps, Panzer IV, Ostwind or some Sturmgeschütz? We got more flamethrowers there for Paul's engineers. No minesweepers or salvage kit. Then again, I'm not entirely sure that. Though the M31 is still there, so we could still, try and salvage it. Plus, I mean, he knows there's a 251, he can wreck that. That could also be more salvage there. So, I mean, again, it's a very good upgrade. It's just such a shame that most people who go for Tank Hunter get so actually focused on the PTRS package, they ignore everything else. I'm not seeing any mines from Paul either, not even say some stun mines, which could be useful and just sort of allow the conscripts to then rush forward and pelt it with an anti-tank grenade assault. Comes to the battle into an MG42. Up north here we got to go this bit further forward, so like machine gun hiding in the house. But quickly forced to fall back there, and there we go, constant strengthening Paul trying to let it down. Sam Max, that's obviously not working out well there, and Feldwebel Fritz is quick to order his crew to gun them down without mercy. Half-track heavily damaged again. He could buy an upgrade here with a flamethrower to sort of help deal with the Russian infantry. That might give Luvnest a bit more punch there with the half-track. In particular, since he does seem to be using it for transporting troops around anyways, in which case the half-track is certainly, not going to result in any loss of capability there for Luvnest Truppen. Further sniper fire there, we got 11 and 13 kills, so that's about 24 already. Further heavy losses to the Grenadiers. Now, of course, we are seeing Paul sort of pushing back Luvnest. The bleed is happening, though we're still not seeing any tech up. He's got plenty of fuel there. You should start to consider maybe going up for something a bit, armoured here. And we got a Panzerkampfwagen on the way for Luvnest and the Kampfgruppe. Did we get more telemines? Well, that's just the Pioneers reporting they were done repairing the half-track. The Schützenpanzerwagen, which saw many variants throughout the war. There was also the platoon command vehicle, which was equipped with a 37mm pack, so it's lighter support, deal with lighter vehicles, but also fire high explosive shells.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Fun fact there.
That's it. Fully reinforced.
Sandbags being prepared there by Paul.
Riflemen ready. Incoming rounds.
Troops hanging about there, constantly moving out. Grenadiers taking up position there, they've got the Panzer IV almost ready here, constantly getting suppressed. I think that was a mistake because that is definitely not the best well-angled sandbags right there when you consider the terrain there. Not entirely sure what that happened for. We got a mechanized armor company being laid down there by Paul, and we got the Panzer IV arriving. Pendulum machine gun on the way already here for Luvnest. And the Kampfgruppe. And of course now the Panzer IV got something to further pressure Paul with. Of course there's still a lot of anti-tank rifles and such to be careful with. So it's not all, you know, smooth sailing here for the Wehrmacht and its Panzerwaffe. But we do have some light anti-tank mounts now, and there we go. Stuns it up, but sadly in this case it doesn't really have anything sort of exploited with. No conscript nearby with a satchel full of anti-tank grenades sort of pelted with. But Luvnest continues his advance, his little Panzermarsch.
We have secured the sector. MG element ready.
Fuel being retaken again.
Sector is secured.
Mechanized armor company almost done. He could still benefit from some salvage kits. And we got an HN6 on the way here to do with the Panzer IV. HN6 light assault gun. Primary infantry support weapon there for the Soviets. Was easy to produce and was based on the T-70 chassis.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
After they're moving about. Fine Flam Panzerwagen. There you go. P2S fires there versus it. Panzer IV ready to move up again to deal with some communists. But we got a lot of Russians there with a lot of PTRSs. This could end up slightly bad there for the Panzer IV if it's not careful and gets too close there. Shoots there as the building collapses one side of the house. MG4 to the bit of time. There you go. PTS fire there as the Panzer IV. Some shots are actually penetrating. There you go. Moves up close. And there you go. Moves straight in with line of fire there of the anti-tank grenade. Takes quite a bit of damage there from them. Nicely done there by the conscripts. Nicely done. Others didn't quite get as much. There you go. HN6 moving in for the kill. Panzer IV almost knocked out here. Almost knocked out. Can it happen? Looks like the Panzer IV's already out of control. There we go. Half track next. There we go. Knocked out here as well. Bit of a nasty loss there for the Kampfgruppe. Victory here of the small count for the Soviet Union. Both Panzer IV and the half tracks knocked out. Plus his stolen MG42. Huge turnaround there for Paul, who's certainly been a bit on the back foot here, but certainly been able to push back. But now, with the distraction of Panzer IV, a half track, and liberating an MG42 from the vile fascist clutches. I mean, Paul's really sort of got a huge hands up there versus Luvnest. Plus, he could easily, for example, now call in either another HN6 or a Katyusha to really bombard further Luvnest forces. He could also try and aim for an H-35, so further prepare for any further armor that might arrive. Luvnest, in a panic, calls in for the Luftwaffe and calls in a Stuka Schwerpunkt to provide support here for his Panzerwaffe. So just need to be careful though. There's a lot of snipers that are hanging about out in the open, which is actually a pretty bad place for a sniper to be, but there you go. Another Panzer IV there on the way. HN6 moving up. They're already veteran T1. No further armor though on the way here for Paul. No Katyushas, no assault guns, no nothing. That's a bit curious. I mean, he's got the resources for it, and he would easily benefit again from, you know, more stuff. I mean, 2 HN6s are going to be able to threaten most medium armor, plus lay down a nice badass. The Katyusha would certainly help further versus any infantry Luvnest might have. It's not entirely sure what it's not bothering for, but anyways, time here for the mid-game analysis. We really again had sort of large victory there for Paul versus Luvnest. Still an MG42. He's got an HN6 that's veteran. He's got plenty of conscripts with the PTRSs. He's got snipers, MG42s, and engineers aplenty. He's got lots of resources. I mean, right now, though, one of the things I would suggest he primarily gets is the salvage kit. Get there as soon as possible, then salvage the Panzer IV and the half-track. Try not to wreck them, because that would mean a lot more resources for Paul. Also, maybe try and salvage that one. I mean, if you get that, you'll probably get a lot of manpower, a lot of fuel. And then you should get either Katyusha and HN5, or maybe 2 HN6s, actually. That way, you sort of provide him with a lot more firepower, and that way, push forward towards Luvnest base. Try and pin him in, maybe sort of try and wreck some buildings, and cause Luvnest perhaps to get a bit paranoid through that. A few mines here and there afterwards would also be quite good there for Paul, but he needs to get more armor. Again, he needs to salvage this, and he needs to be aggressive otherwise. Beyond that, there's not really so much else to comment on. Again, if you can salvage this, you can also avoid pretty much having to do anything, I think, with some caches, which would allow manpower for other things. For Luvnest, of course, things are a bit more tricky. He's got another Panzer IV, which is good. He's got, you know, Luftwaffe air support keyed in. If you can use that, probably should do well, but he needs to sort of harass on the flanks. I think he should get some Panzer grenadiers for a bit more offensive infantry power, and another half-track I think would do good as well, sort of providing support, and so he's not so easily pushed back. Otherwise, another Panzer IV or some Stuks to provide his support as well would be good for him. Sort of try to catch the HN6 a bit off guard there. further mines from Luvnest here towards the eastern side of the map would also do him good. Otherwise, you can try and sort of lure the Soviets into the tiller mines on the west side of the map. That would also be something nice here that Luvnest could do, and that could also easily that way do a lot of damage support without Luvnest having to do any sort of greater efforts or risk much. Beyond that, so much else to comment here, so let's return to the fight here and see how this actually works out. There's still a lot to happen. But really, there's quite a bit of resource there, and there to be gained from getting a salvage kit. So really should get it, but I fear he will not, like so many other players do. He shall merely neglect it. But there we go. Assault up here on the right flank. Grenadiers quickly halted here by some conscripts and PTRSs. Panther 4 moving up support. Shot fired. Missed horribly. And he just wrecks it instead of salvaging. A bit disappointing then, Paul. A bit disappointed. Oh, he is getting the salvage kit, though. He is getting the salvage kit. Good. Now salvage. Salvage might find. And will slightly pushed back. So he's actually getting it. That's good. That's good. It's up to what sort of really worry about. There we go. Can't see if you can see the resources he's getting from it here. But there we go. You can actually see sort of how the fuel sort of more erratic glows up alongside the manpower. So, I mean, really, it's manpower and fuel you get from the salvage kit. And he actually gets a bit of a bunch there. So, I mean, really, the salvage kit is a very good upgrade for any sort of tank hunter player. And again, I'm really surprised a lot more players don't bother with it. I mean, some players sort of focus on the PTRS package, but I would say salvage kits are even more so potent. Still no further armor then. He's really got a lot of fuel there and manpower thanks to that. He's not using it. Got the Panther 4, takes some hits over the PTRS towards the exposed side and rear armor, which is actually one of the reasons why the Germans developed armored skirts actually to deal with the PTRS shots. S6 they're bombarding, hoping to catch some grenades. They're actually catching the Panther 4 in its line of fire. Minor losses inflicted on the Grenadiers. Mortar crew then in a bit of trouble. And we actually got a second mortar team arriving for Luvnest, so looking playing a bit of an artillery battery there. No further armor. And again, Paul's just flooding resource. Again, he's not getting anything further. No Katyusha, no 6, no 5. I mean, he really just needs to get something more sort of further pressure. The Luvnest sort of push forwards. H6 by the way should not support the infantry, which is currently getting hammered by MD42 and the Panther 4. But no sign of the H6 medium assault gun. Oh, there we go, there we go. On the light assault gun. The M, by the way, standing for modernized. And a good hit on the Panther 4, which needs to fall back. Got a Stuka bomb drop, Stuka bomb drop. Blowing apart a wooden cart. Victory for Deutschland. Sad was a wooden cart. Oh. AT strafe there. Gets a sniper, not quite the H6, but there you go. Panther flanking in. Very nicely done there. Very nicely done there by Luvnest. Catch the H6 off guard. There had there been another, there might have been something to cover the Panther 4 with and force it back. But again, sadly, Paul, despite having the resource for it, did not get any further. Assault guns or tank destroyers, no, nothing. Really missed opportunity there. Really missed opportunity, I have to say. There you go, H6 wreck, though of course he could try and salvage it. You need to be careful. You need to get out of there. And schnell. As you're going to try and salvage the H6 right under Luvnest's nose. There we go, there we go. So he's actually getting some of the resources back he spent on it. Good for him, good for him. Oh, he's finally gaining another SN6 in his damaging and the first one. He's almost got resources for another one, actually, just a bit more manpower. He can get one. Damn close there, damn close. And there you go, he called in the second one you want, so you can try and wait a little bit longer for Katyusha. Either way, though, he should get more than one SS-76. Panther 4 not fully repaired there. Luvnest needs to be careful. Needs to be very careful. minor shoot up there, and there we go. SS-76 number 2 arrives. Minor duel here. At the same time, Luvnest creeping up together. It is on the right flank, sort of harass and maybe draw away some of the forces from the centre, maybe west as well. But so far, no sign of that. And now you've got a Sturmgeschütz on the way here. Sturmgeschütz on the way to support Luvnest. Doesn't want to wait any longer. SS bombarding. We also got a anti-tank bombing run ready. Nothing further again from Paul, though. Again, no Katyushas, no nothing. I'm rather curious as to Paul's thinking in that department, why he's only getting one SS-76 despite having the resources for more or for tank destroyers or for Katyushas. There you go, anti-tank bombing run here. Probably trying to get that Panther 4, but seems already a bit too late there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
That ended up being a bit of a waste of munitions there. MT-42 basically covering up here. Holding up one part of front. And there we go, Sturmgeschütz arrived. Sturmgeschütz could upgrade here with the Pendulum machine gun as well for added anti-infantry power. Fun fact, the Soviets actually quite liked the design of the Stug and how it worked. They actually sort of tried to make their own variant, which was actually based on the Panzer III and used the same gun as the SS-76. A fun fact there. And some of them actually ended up back in Russian hands, which would then proceed to be used versus the Russians. So, little fun deals there. Good hit on the conscripts, though. Good hit on the conscripts. Damage engine, though. Need to be careful here. SS-76 doing a lot of damage there. And we got an anti-tank strafe in here versus the SS-76. Could get it. There we go. Kanonenvogel gets it with his twin 37mm guns. Bit of shooting there, and we got a third SS-76. Again, he only gets one at a time, and he could easily gotten two or something else as well. I really would like to know what the thinking is there from Paul, if there's sort of any specific reason, or he's just so you know, oh, whoops. He's still also sticking, by the way, to double snipers to bleed out the Grenadier squads. Stug being slowly repaired there. No SU-26, oh SU-5, no Katyusha. Oh, he's getting an SU-5 now. He cancelled the SU-6 and instead went for the SU-85. That also works. They then really should get a Katyusha, at least to provide artillery elements. So bombard Luvnest and the Kampfgruppe. Interesting enough, none of the telemines so far has been set up there. He's not really been able to draw away any armor towards the west, of course, which explains it. Stug moving ahead. Rather aggressively, no machine gun though still. We got air recon is called in here by Luvnest. Quick recon sweep to get an idea here of Paul's positioning and such. And we actually finally got something else besides one, assault gun up there. We got an issue fight with the Katyusha on the way. Finally though, it has taken quite a bit of time there for Paul's, but again having quite the resource advantage for some time. Lawrence linking about there, mines going off. Panther 4 stunned again, but again there's no real way to take advantage of that. We got the SS-5 hit there with its 85mm gun, based on a anti-aircraft gun actually. Takes a bit of hit there, but pushes back the Panther 4. Stug moving up here, could try and flank the SS-5. Bit risky though, bit risky. Lots of mortar firing down here amongst the Russian infantry. He was actually awfully clumped up there. Needs to be careful, Paul needs to be careful. That survives the Germans will destroy. There you go, getting some kills, cover shattered. And we got the Stug slowly rolling ahead here through the western village, though again no infantry support, no infantry screen. Rather risky here, rather risky for the Sturmgeschütz to win like that. Could end up badly for the crew.
Reconnaissance
And there we go, got the Katrina joining in.
ready to fly.
Trying to get the mortars here. And silence the artillery. Might get them here. Oh, there we go. One mortar crew silenced forever.
Has been killed.
Until someone else takes over. So a small victory here for Paul. He's also got the H-35, of course. Rather potent tank destroyer. In particular, against more veterans, it becomes a veteran 3 probably one of the best tank destroyers in game. Sturmgeschütz ahead there. Oh, H-35 misses Panzer 4. And Sturmgeschütz opens up. This H-35 needs to fall back here.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
H-35 barely escapes. The snipers get knocked out. We got Schützen on the Panzer 4. Sniper almost wiped up. They're concentrating with the can. The PTRS, of course, with the scraps up. It's been hard. There we go. Anti-tank grenade. Damages the engine. Damaging the engine. He can still pull off a grenade assault as well if he wants. Stu, they're taking hits as well. It's out. Contra there. No pinlock machine gun. Needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. There you go. Anti-tank save. Ends up saving the Stu there. Very low on health. Very low on health. Forced to pull back. At the same time, we got engineers that pinned down. Thanks to an MU-42 there. So both sides' armor is rather dinged up. Of course, they've got the Katyusha there, just waiting a bit longer before it can fire another volley of death.
Ready for orders.
Panzer 4 waiting for repairs, in particular for that engine.
We have new resources available.
But the Duke tries to get as far away from the front line without being too far away, so they just get repaired quickly. No tech in the base further, no nothing else really. Just lots of air support here in support of the Kampfgruppe. Both engineers should probably get to work then H-35 to get it quickly repaired, and otherwise you should consider getting out another H-35 or at least an H-6 to support it, provide a bit more further fire support and a bit more volume there versus the German armour. Since essentially still one H-85 versus your Scoop G and a Panther 4, and that could end up badly there for the H-85 if Luvnest plays his cards correctly. That was almost the entire squad there. White, we got veteran on that sniper team.
Reconnaissance flight. Ready
Resource
at
being
your
traded away there for Luftwaffe support. Luvnest clearly confident in his Panzer 4 and Sturmgeschütz here for any and all armour duties.
We have reduced our foes to 100.
At least for the time being, unless Paul gets out a lot more armor, which again, he hasn't. I mean, he really hasn't forced Luvnest to consider getting more of that. So of course, he's been able to get away with just losing a lot of air support afterwards. Mortar crew there annihilated. Taught. And that was his more veteran mortar crew, which is quite unfortunate for them. They got the Sturmgeschütz rolling forwards. Rolling forwards. Rolling anti-shooter vehicles. Oh, looks like he might be trying to flank the H-35. We could use target weak point then, so we get off a good start surprise there, ensure the H-35 can easily fire back. Or is he going for the Katrina? Oh, wait, there we go. Target weak point, target weak point. Ah, did not do it, missed opportunity against the H-35. Contributing up there to kick the H-35. Safe, got an anti-tank bombing run as well, again. Sadly did not lead to much once more. But unfortunately there for Paul. That's quite a bit of ammunition they're spent on, well, just bombing up the ground. Panzer 4 slowly crawling in Veteran C3. Contra they're taking heavy losses. Mortar and Panzer 5. Stuk still waiting there. H-5. I mean, in this case, I think Paul's now getting a bit more paranoid about what could be lurking here. Over a good job there with the flank, basically. And still, Paul is not, trying to get more armoured support or anti-tank support. Panzer 4 falls back here, all the contra with the PTRSs. Rushing forward, it needs to be a bit careful though. I think we got another anti-tank strafe there called in previously. The Luftwaffe is certainly getting rather active here in the late game. Stuk moving ahead again, H-5 there, not repaired, and there engages, shot misses, hits the well. No target weak point, a bit of a miss there I think for Luvnest. He probably could have, stunned it, get off with a free shot there. Instead he's taking it up downstairs from the H-5. Contra flanking in, there you go. H-5 knocked out, but the H-5, Stuk is already damaged. And there you go, guys, anti-tank grenades and PTS fine. There you go, Stuk is knocked out, Kaput. A loss of precious Wehrmacht raw material. Which again I think could have been avoided with a quick target weak point, but There you go. By the way, though, that HQ5 is out of the picture for the time being. Oh dear, snipers could be in trouble here. We've got the Panther 4 moving in on the hunt. Ready to kill. Almost annihilating that entire counter squad. They got him before they've been cleared up with the snipers. Seemingly Luvnest is not moving his Panther 4 much further. He could, of course, work. There might be another HQ5 or some Mission 6s in wait. Almost sending off the Telemine. There we go. Strafing run. Sending off the Telemine there. Another Mission 6 there for Paul. Again, just feels like it's too late. Almost got the snipers. Almost got the snipers. Victory point for them. Not looking good here for Paul. Not looking good for Paul at all.
Enemy has Stuka AT support standing by for orders.
And there we go. Mission 6 ready. SG-76 ready. Plenty of fuel there for Paul. He could easily call another SG-5 soon. Or an SG-76. And that Panther 4 is moments away from eventuality 3. Comes with taking on lots. We got lots of anti-tanks there. And there, oh, mine went off as well. Panther 4 eliminated.
One of our Panzers has been destroyed.
9. Victory points are not looking good there. Victory points are not good. We're down to 15. 12.
Ready for strafing mission. The enemy
9.
is taking our territory.
Don't think he can render that point neutral. Even then, he's got nothing to work with. 6.
The bunker has been approved with an
3.
MG-42.
And game over here. A loss to Paul. A loss to the Soviet Union. Victory here for the Wehrmacht. A bit of interesting fight in some regards. We saw tank, how the tanks we even saw scavenge or salvage kits here used by Paul. Nice overall. I think the problem was basic again. He just went for one H-6 at a time. He never really sort of tried to build up a larger armoured force, which again would have given him the advantage. Instead, he allowed Luvnest to sort of basically have an armoured advantage throughout the fight, which is not really good when you're the Soviets. And it will allow him to sort of just keep spamming fuel to munitions, so that way just calling a lot of air support instead of pressuring him with Katyushas, SN6s much earlier, and that way actually forcing Luvnest back. In that regard, I think that's really sort of the big mistake he committed by Paul. Of course, he could have used salvage kits a bit early, and he could have used his mines a bit more aggressively and sort of mixed, more star mines, more regular mines, to sort of do more damage to Luvnest. I think that might have also been a sort of missing component. Luvnest pretty well, make good use of infantry, MG-42s, panzers. His dual usage could have been better, but also the double mortar certainly allowed him to sort of pressure Paul quite a bit. Good flanking as well, which then also further placed pressure there on Paul. So overall, nicely played there by Luvnest. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you ideas on matches. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. This is Imperial Danger. Cheers and thank you all for watching. Bye.